Good.
Hey, I'm Jeff Hopkins, the actor that plays Terry Bogard in the Fatal Fury film Embers. And I'm here with Jason in Hong Kong now, doing some traveling for myself, just like the real Terry Bogard that Jason thinks that I kind of am in real life, because travel is one of my biggest passions. It really is a part of who I am, and I've just been doing it for several years now. I've just been influenced by so many other places and going everywhere and changing destinations and exploring new cultures and different places, and I'm just really passionate about it. And so, I mean, I was just telling Jason the story from one of my recent trips that I did. I was traveling through some of the national parks in the United States, just trying to see some beautiful places around the western area of America. I went through Washington, Idaho, Montana, through Utah and into Colorado, but my trip unfortunately ended in Colorado. I was expecting to go down into New Mexico and Arizona and through California, but my trip got cut a little bit short from something that happened to me along the way. It was a pretty good day to start. I woke up early, met some people in a place called Steamboat Springs, Colorado, and went on a hike. What was the name of that hike? Can't remember the name of it, but it was supposed to be one of the most dangerous hikes. And we did that in the morning. It took till the afternoon, spent a few hours out there. About 2 o'clock, finished the hike, and I was making my way to Rocky Mountain National Park, just a few hours from there. So I got in my van and started making my way there, just traveling to the next place, enjoying the scenery. And maybe 20-30 minutes into the trip, I just was feeling a little bit tired and didn't think anything of it, didn't think it was a big deal or anything, like most people when they're driving, just like, oh no, I'm fine, I'm awake. So I was just doing that, and next thing you know, there's a big curve in the highway, and I closed my eyes for a second or two, and that's all it took, and the highway curved to the left, and I just kept going straight. I went off the edge of a cliff, and my van kind of caught air a little bit and went down this sandy bank, almost this ravine. I was heading toward these trees and then rolled my van while I was inside. It all just happened so fast. I rolled, and then I went about 100, 200 feet down the side of this cliff, and just dust and smoke was everywhere. I couldn't even see what was ahead and what was coming up in front of me. And I just heard noises, and there was things flying all over me. I had all this food and all these clothes and all this stuff in my car, and it just all flew all above me, almost in slow motion. Just as I was rolling, just everything just started flying around, and the windows broke open and things started flying out the windows, and I crashed at the bottom of this hill. I hit a big rock and actually broke this rock in half, and just took a second to just kind of understand what had happened. And just the car was smoking, and I was kind of afraid that something could happen. Maybe the car could explode, and I turned the ignition off quickly and tried to look for any of my possessions, but nothing was in sight. The whole place was such a mess, and I pulled the keys out, got out the door as quickly as I could because I didn't want to, have the car explode while I was in it. I got out and I kind of crawled into the dirt, and I'm just covered in dirt and dust, and there was soup and stuff in my hair that had flown and covered me. And I crawled up the edge of this cliff and back up to the sunlight where the road was, and at the top there was about a dozen people there just kind of staring down and hoping somebody would come out. And sure enough, I did, and